The words she never meant me to hear. My name is Ethan, and I live in Seattle, Washington. For nearly 5 years, Emma had been my closest friend. We met during our freshman year of college and quickly became inseparable. No matter how busy life became, we always made time for each other. We celebrated achievements together, supported one another through disappointments, and spent countless nights talking about everything and nothing at all. To everyone around us, it seemed obvious that we would eventually become a couple. Friends often teased us about it, but we always laughed and insisted we were just friends. At least, that's what we told everyone, including ourselves. One rainy Tuesday evening, Emma called me from her apartment. She had an important job interview the next morning and was feeling nervous. For over an hour, I helped her practice interview questions, improve her answers, and build her confidence. As always, our conversation flowed effortlessly. We joked, laughed, and slipped into the comfortable rhythm that only years of friendship can create. Eventually, Emma thanked me and said she should get some sleep before the interview. "Wish me luck tomorrow," she said. "You won't need it," I replied. "You're going to do great." She smiled warmly. "Good night, Ethan." "Good night, Emma." The call ended, or so I thought. As I reached for my laptop to close it, I noticed the video window was still open. Somehow, Emma's webcam hadn't disconnected. At first, I looked away. I knew I should simply end the connection. Then I heard her sigh. Emma sat down on the edge of her couch and stared at the screen for a long moment. There was a sadness in her eyes that I had never noticed before. Then, in a voice barely above a whisper, she spoke. "Why can't you see that I've loved you all along?" My heart stopped. My hand froze above the keyboard. For several seconds, I couldn't move. The words echoed through my mind, carrying a weight I wasn't prepared for. Suddenly, memories flooded back. Every thoughtful text she had sent. Every time she checked on me when I was struggling. Every celebration she never missed. Every moment she chose to spend with me. For years, I had viewed those moments as signs of an extraordinary friendship. Now I wondered if they had been something more. Something I had been too afraid to recognize. The next morning, Emma's words were still replaying in my head. I tried to focus on work, but it was impossible. The truth was, I had always cared about Emma more than anyone else. Yet I had convinced myself that friendship was the safest choice. She meant too much to me. I was terrified that admitting my feelings could destroy everything we had built together. But now I realized something important. I wasn't the only one hiding. Throughout the day, I revisited years of memories. The way her face lit up whenever she saw me. The way she remembered every little detail about my life. The way she seemed to understand me better than anyone else ever had. The signs had always been there. I had simply been too afraid to see them. That evening, I sent her a text. "Can we meet at our favorite coffee shop by the waterfront?" A few minutes later, she replied. "Sure." Even through the message, I sensed nervousness. When Emma arrived, she looked different. Not physically, but the easy confidence she usually carried was gone. She avoided eye contact and kept stirring her coffee without taking a single sip. An awkward silence settled between us. Finally, I took a deep breath. "Emma, there's something I need to tell you." She looked up. I explained what had happened after our call. How the webcam had accidentally stayed connected. How I had heard what she said. The moment the words left my mouth, her eyes widened. A deep blush spread across her face. "Oh my God," she whispered. She covered her face with her hands. "I can't believe you heard that." For a second, she looked as though she wanted to disappear. Before she could apologize, or worse, walk away, I reached across the table and gently took her hand. She looked at me, surprised. "Emma," I said softly, "the reason I never saw it wasn't because I didn't care." Her eyes searched mine. I smiled. It was because I was busy hiding my own feelings. For a moment, neither of us spoke. Tears filled her eyes. Then a smile slowly appeared on her face, the kind of smile I'd seen hundreds of times before, yet somehow it felt completely new. A smile filled with relief, happiness, and hope. Years of unspoken emotions finally came to the surface. The friendship we had treasured for so long didn't end that day. Instead, it became the foundation of something even more beautiful. And as we sat together beside the Seattle waterfront, holding hands for the first time, we realized that sometimes the greatest love stories begin with two best friends who are simply too afraid to tell the truth. Fortunately for us, Fate had other plans. And all it took was one forgotten webcam for our story to finally begin.